Does the ATO know if I have crypto?
Yes. Hey guys, I'm Danny from Koinly. End of financial year is approaching and a lot of people have tax questions on their mind. So we're here to answer a few of them today.
And I'm Paige from Swyftx, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about crypto tax time. Say I have no idea how to do my crypto taxes this year. Where should I start?
The best place to start is actually to find a good crypto tax accountant that understands the different concepts of crypto and what you've been trading during the year. They can also help you get up to speed with, have you actually filed your returns on time? Have you included crypto correctly in the previous years? Make sure nothing's late and outstanding and you're not up for interest or penalties. The other thing you can do is refer to blogs and guides. Swyftx and Koinly have one, and they generally step through a lot of the information around tax reporting in Australia, when you pay tax, how much tax do you pay, in which income bracket, and so on. So that's another really good place to get started. As a crypto holder, is my crypto safe with Swyftx?
Although there's no risk-free solution, Swyftx holds a market-leading level of safety. So, for example, we hold all of our customer assets one-to-one. So if you hold one Bitcoin, we hold that one Bitcoin for you. We utilize Fireblocks, which is an industry leader in digital assets custody. We do hold the highest level of ISO certifications, so we have been privately audited for security purposes. We also invest heavily in fraud and money laundering prevention, so 10% of our staff are solely dedicated to financial crime prevention and compliance. So those are just a few of the reasons why you're crypto safe with Swyftx. Have there been any changes in the last financial year when it comes to crypto tax?
There's not a huge amount of new guidance that we've received from the ATO on crypto tax. One of the new areas is around airdrops. Where you previously had airdrops into your wallet, they were always taxed as income when received. So you had to understand what your market values were, and you had to include that in your tax return as income. Now there's a new term called initial allocation airdrop. So essentially, if it's the first of its kind and you're receiving it for the first time, it isn't necessarily taxable when it's received, but you still need to consider whether you made a capital gain when you then later sell it. So, it's a little bit of good news because you don't have to include that as income when you first receive it. But again, check if you have received airdrops, whether it meets the criteria for initial allocation or not. So I'm a crypto trader on Swyftx. How do I get my tax information?
Really simple. Instructions are the same whether you're on the app or on our web platform. So you'll navigate to your profile, scroll down transaction reports. From there, you can select your date range and then choose whether you'd like to download your transaction report as a PDF or CSV. We do have some other helpful resources for you around tax time. So if you want to have a scroll through our support center, you'll find transaction report related content in there. Does the ATO know if I have crypto?
Yes. A lot of people might think, the ATO don't understand crypto or they can't see my wallets. It's a really common misconception that a lot of people have, but essentially, yes, they know you have crypto. There's a few different ways in which they can obtain information. So one is through exchanges, because the ATO have data matching program with Australian exchanges in place. Also through bank feeds, the ATO do receive information from banks when you do deposit from fiat currency into crypto. They can often get information around crypto on that. Definitely make sure you report all your crypto gains and income this year. It's really important to actually think about all the trades you've made and record every gain and put that into your tax return. Does Swyftx do profit and loss statements?
So we don't provide profit and loss statements. We do provide transaction reports. It's a good question because we do get a lot of customers asking, what's the difference between a tax report, transaction report, profit loss statement? For example, let's say customer takes some funds off of the exchange. They withdraw them to another exchange or another investment project. We don't have visibility over the gains or losses of those funds once they've been removed from Swyftx. So we can't provide that profit and loss statement. So we do just provide a specific Swyftx transaction statement, and they can then take that to Koinly and put that towards their profit and loss statement. What do I do if I get a letter from the ATO?
If you have received a letter from the ATO this year, don't panic, but it's important to actually get up to speed and up to date quickly. Seek help from an accountant and make sure you can disclose all your trades since when you first purchased crypto to where you're at now. Make sure you're up to date with filing your returns in the past as well, so they can really help you get up to speed. If you need more time, communicate with your accountant. They can often help manage that relationship with the ATO as well. And definitely don't ignore it or do nothing. That's the worst thing to do. You don't want to get on the wrong side of the ATO.
Can I clarify whether crypto spent on daily things, so for example, if I'm using a debit card from an exchange, if those purchases are tax exempt?
Debit cards are coming up more and more frequently, and I think a lot of people are holding them and spending with crypto and not really understanding the tax implications of doing it. So firstly, it's not great news. It's likely to be taxable if you are spending with your crypto card. A lot of people get confused around this because there is a rule called the personal use asset rule in Australia. And the misconception is that if it's under $10,000, you can spend it on personal goods and it's essentially tax-free. But that's actually not the case for many people.
Okay.
So if you are spending with a spending card that's linked to your crypto balance and you use that crypto balance as an investment, it's likely that at the point you spend, you'll be incurring a taxable event. So it's really important to keep records when you do spend, understand that, if you are just buying groceries or goods and services, when you do that, there is going to be tax implications. So definitely speak to your accountant about it. The ATO will see it as you've held crypto as an investment. And so when you do go and make that tap with your card, you're essentially making a sale effectively like if you were going back into fiat currency from your crypto balance.
Thank you, Danny, for coming out. It's been a pleasure having you up at the Brisbane office talking all things crypto tax, and I'm sure our customers will appreciate it. So thank you.
Thanks for having me, Paige. And if you want to know more, go to koinly.io for more tax guides, news, and blogs.
Yeah, and for some more crypto tax information, as well as quick answers, you can visit our support center, support.swyftx.com. And that's where you'll find links to the crypto tax guide and the other helpful resources I mentioned earlier.